God. Okay, Happy New Year. Welcome to the Social Sales School for the Woman Entrepreneur and this massive announcement that I have to make and the challenges that we will face when we build an online business. So I know it's going to take people just a couple of minutes to get over here to the live stream because of some tech issues. So I'm going to do some chit chatting in the beginning before I officially make the announcement, before I initially jump into our training for today. And so if you are catching this on replay, please let me know you're catching this on replay. We'll edit down for the sake of the replay for those of you who are not live. What we get to chat about today, are you guys ready? We get to talk about how to manage your work week. Now, I'm going to give you my secret weapon strategy for planning my ideal work week. We are streaming in via Zoom, which means I cannot give you all the recognition you deserve for being here. Go ahead and comment. Let me know you're here. I will talk to your comments, and I can't show your face or your name on the screen. Carla's here, Karen's here, Anna's here, Lindsay is here, Alicia. Thank you guys for making it over here. Natalie, go ahead and tag some team members, tag some group members. You guys, we have some exciting announcements for the new year. Hold your ears. And I'm just thankful to be here with you guys. So we'll give it like 30 more seconds for the sake of those of you who could not find the initial live. And I just want to ask you, how is 2022 going so far? Is it everything you expected and more? I mean, it's January 3rd. Did anybody else find out your kids are not going back to school tomorrow? Did anybody else think your kids were going back to school today and found out they have another day off? What did you guys do to ring in the new year? Who was with us in my closet on, this is reflecting, who was with us in my closet on our special event on Thursday night? I want to go ahead and give a shout out to our newest impact makers. I decided right at the end of the year, I was doing a scholarship and opening up the program before we increased in 2022. So shout out to Lindsay and Carla who jumped in at the end, and we are thrilled to have you inside of our program. All right, you guys, let's get rolling. Carla said they went back, but it was a rough morning. Girl, feel ya. I had a peaceful morning. I had everything in place. And were you guys, those of you who caught the stream at the beginning, did you like my music? Did you like the new layout that now technology didn't allow my face to go into StreamYard, right? All right, let's get rolling, you guys. So welcome to 2022. This is our Monday time that we will be together every single Monday at 10 a.m. Central. I have some announcements about what we're doing inside of this group with this time, starting with announcement number 1. Are you ready? Is my internet good? If you're ready, type I'm ready. You guys, we have a name change. Not for the group, but just for our Monday time together. This is now Be Social TV. How do you feel about that? Be Social TV. And I will be live every Monday at 10 a.m. Central, just as I have been. With Be Social TV, we have lots of new things happening this month. Big announcement. Please mark your calendars for January 17th. Write it down on the calendar. January 17th, we have to hang out for the whole week. Are you ready? I've only done this twice in 2021. It was one of my favorite workshops. It is going to be killer. Do y'all know what's coming? Social Sales Workshop starting January 17th. Please register. You guys, this is my favorite. Yes, I'm known for parties. This is my favorite workshop to teach. We've only done it twice. It has gotten amazing feedback. We're going to take you through all the pieces of your business. How to get leads, not just through parties, how to present, not just through parties, right? How to actually build and scale your business I actually use my PCAT method, how to create purpose and passion and tie that to your products or service, right? How to create community, conversation, how to create curiosity around your products, right? How to have an action plan, how to transform your business and your team, how to use technology, and then understanding how to put it all together. Would that help you? Would that help you? If that would help you, January 17th, Social Sales Workshop, it is only $7. If you are in the Elite Club, you get it for free. Where are my Action Taker Elite Club members at? Are you in the house? You guys will get it for free, okay? So do you guys want to register for that? It's going to be amazing. Please tell me you will be there. Social Sales Workshop starting January 17th. You have to register. It's only $7. It will be 5 days of us together, and it's going to be amazing. All right. All right. If you want to be there, let me know you'll be there. I'm going to go ahead and read the comments. Alexandra says, yes. Tina is in the elite club. Natalie says, yes, this will be helpful. Beth, there's always replays of everything, so you're golden. Carla will be there. Awesome. I'm ready. Okay, and we'll wrap back with that at the end. Okay, so you guys, let's jump into my secret strategy for managing your work week. You do not have to work all the time. Type that in the comments below. I do not have to work all the time if you follow this guide for working smarter, not harder. Now, here's a funny story. My oldest is 16. Okay, my oldest biological child is 16. And I shared with you the other night, some of you, that he put a GoFundMe on his Instagram. And it's asking people to fund his account to buy a video game. And I was like, Evan, what are you doing? And he's like, Mom, work smarter, not harder, right? And I was like, oh, basically not what I meant. You guys do not have to work all the time, but you do have to work smarter, not harder. And you have to be good people. At the end of it, make sure you believe in what you're selling and you're doing people right. In today's episode of Be Social TV, I'm sharing my secret weapon for planning my ideal work week. If you guys want to learn about the best hacks to improve time management skills and steps for planning, don't go anywhere. Here we go. All right, you guys, empire builders, that's who you are. Welcome to the Social Sales School. I'm Cathy Callahan. I'm your host who is pivoting even when social media threw me for a freaking loop this morning and my StreamYard is not working. My name is Cathy Callahan. I'm a business coach that gets to help women, specifically network marketers, teach you how to grow and scale your businesses so you guys can truly escape the 9-to-5 and live life on your terms. Is this you? Who wants to escape the 9-to-5? Who is ready to live life on your terms, not someone else's? If you joined us Thursday night, you know my friend Erin sat with me in the closet here, and she said she loves her job. Why is she also building her Scentsy business in the background? Because she wants to live life on her terms. She wants to build her dream. She wants to be an empire builder of her dreams. Who can feel that? Are you guys working full-time like Erin? She's working full-time running an orthodontist office, right? Are you working part-time? Running a business while also working part-time? Are you full-time running your business? Are you part-time running your business? What's your biggest struggle? Talk to me about that, because in the Social Sales School for the Woman Entrepreneur, our job is to serve you well and to help you through these struggles. Ever since I started teaching women how to build their businesses, I'm always shocked to see that no matter how many times we talk about hacks, because I love hacks, productivity hacks, shared time management trainings, the biggest struggle that most people have is the ability to manage their own time. And the biggest struggle I have right now is the hair on my lip. Okay. Do you relate to that? Do you have time managing yourself? Carla, we got kids out the door this morning, right? Got the kids dressed, they got fed, they even maybe got a bath, they had their clothes on, shoes on, coat on, out the door, babysitter on time, and then we don't have ourselves. Does that happen, right? So Carla, I don't know if we got our kids together. Do we have ourselves together? Is that a struggle for you? Anna, is it a struggle for you? Natalie, those of you that are watching, or is it just me? Doesn't have to be this way. So in Be Social TV, we want to be the resource for you guys, for business owners and entrepreneurs who want to take control of their business and truly live life on your terms. Okay. All right. So before we move on, I want to celebrate any time management accomplishments you've had this last year. So right now, talk with me. What did 2021 look like for you? Look at the good. All right. I want to share with you guys what I know on how to show up and how to do the work in a way that has you prioritizing the right task to get the job done. And this is one of the things I've taught in class so much. There's so many things you could do. We have to prioritize. And if people say I don't have time, what have you guys heard about that? Dang it, this hair is still on my lip. There it goes. If you guys have heard people say, I don't have time, it's just a statement of their priorities. Truth? Because guess what? Aubrey and I were just sitting in my bonus room and we were talking about some shows that we're wasting our brain cells on. Does anybody else do that? Right? I just took a big trip with my kids and I had lots of time and I could have just wasted it, but I used it to read a book in the car on Audible. All right. Are you guys prioritizing the right tasks so that you can spend less time doing more and so that you can get plenty of time left over to your life? All right. So we're going to talk today about mindset for those of you who feel like you don't have enough time. We're going to talk about consistency and why it's important. And we're going to talk about how to understand what to prioritize, how to block your time, and how to eliminate excuses and turn them into your reasons. Would this be beneficial to you? All right. You guys, something I'm not going to dive into too much, too deeply, but working just to stay busy won't take you too far. We're going to be continuing to dig into this with action takers. You guys do need a strategy. I'm not going to go deep into this here for Be Social TV. We will be diving more into this with Action Takers Elite Club. All right. You guys need a plan and you need the right accountability. But let's dive into the mindset. Does anybody feel like they don't have enough time? Is that a lie from the devil you continue to tell yourself every single day? Lindsay, I just shouted you out in Impact Makers. If you're here right now, please say, hey, I can't see comments while I'm talking to you guys right now, but I read a post from Lindsay today. She is a top leader in her network marketing company. And 6 years ago, she sat thinking about whether or not she was going to get a business started. She talked about the investment that she made. She talked about if she would have time to do it, and she made a decision to do it. And 6 years later, her life looks drastically different. Where could you guys find time? Type to me in the comments right now, 1 hour a day that you could give up and your life would not change. But if you shifted that hour to something else, you have the potential to have a completely different life. For me, it's reality TV. Just being honest. I probably consume on average an hour a day of wasted TV or wasted social media time that I could easily give that time to my business and change the trajectory of my life. Consistency, you guys, why is consistency so important? If you've gone through virtual parties with me, I've got to read the comments. It makes me nervous not to see your comments. Okay, good. I want to make sure y'all are still here. Okay. So in virtual parties, I teach you guys the reason why I chose parties. It's not because I think parties are the only way, right? It's because it created a consistent schedule where I was going to show up. It created a purposeful business plan. And then when we scaled that to the evergreen party, right? And I say every single week, I consistently showed up Tuesday night at 8:30 every single week for my health and wellness business. And then I started another business, and consistently every Monday, I showed up at 7:00 Central, or my team did. And I showed up in the background. And then I started this business, and terrified, I started this group that you guys are in right now, and nothing was happening. And I sat with Diane when we were working together, and I said, I want you to help me bring life to this group. And I said, I'm going to show up at 10:00 every Monday. And probably nobody's going to listen, but I will consistently be there. And then it started growing. And then Jess started coming in on Thursdays. And then we evaluated and looked at where we're going and how we can best serve you. And now here we are on Be Social TV, still showing up every Monday at 10 a.m. Central, no matter what. Do you have that consistency of at least one little thing in your business? Or do you struggle with that? Prioritize. So what are we going to be consistent about? What is the most important thing? You guys, when you go through social selling workshop with me, and if you missed it in the beginning, social selling workshop is coming January 17th. You have to register. It is only $7. If you are in the Elite Club, or of course in Impact Makers, it's free. If you're not yet in one of our clubs or programs, it is $7. You have to tell your teams. This will change your business, okay? I will teach you what to prioritize, because in business, there's a lot of things you could do, and there's some things you should do. And we tend to stay busy with the things that are the most comfortable, right? It's fun to have a party, but it's not comfortable to ask for the sale. It's fun to show the jewels, but it's not comfortable to talk about the business. What are you prioritizing? Why do I get so much more done in less time than most people? Because I do what matters most. This is not to toot my own horn, but if you guys want to know how I became number 3 recruiter in the whole company worldwide, follow what I'm teaching you. Don't watch what you think I'm doing. This is so important. If you watch what you think people are doing, you're just going to be guessing. And I promise you, 80% of what they're doing is in the background. That's why I started teaching my virtual party class. That's why I'm bringing you social selling workshop, because in the grind of what really matters most, it's not the pretty post on social media. It's not the reel. It's not the story. It's the purposeful activity that has a strategy. That is why I invite you into Action Takers Elite Club. That is why I invite you to move forward completely with us in our whole program, so you can design your strategy. Do you feel me? All right, next. So we talked about, I don't have enough time. We talked about creating consistency. We talked about, do you know what to prioritize? If you don't know what to prioritize, I can help you walk the straight and narrow on that. And I can say, that's a waste of time. This is what matters. Do this first. And then if you want to do that extra, then we can test it out, right? But right now it's a distraction. Do y'all feel what I'm saying? I feel like I'm preaching. Time blocking. You guys, does anybody time block? We've actually had people come in and train on this. We've talked about this. Jacinda Bell was saying that this is one of the things she loves to teach. Julia Burge in our program, 1 hour a day, purposeful activity, focused time, distraction free, what we talked about last Monday, right? Creating the environment and blocking the time. Some people call it batching their work. And what that means is that whole theory, hi Christina, that whole theory of nooks and crannies can make you freaking crazy. Or if you know how to do it, it can be incredibly purposeful and it can work really well. So time blocking could be 15 minutes a day of this is when I do my reach outs. Time blocking could be 1 hour that I purposely sit down and do a Zoom power hour with my team or with my program, right? It could be you block 2 hours or 4 hours. What is your time block? But what you have to have is a purposeful strategy. So when we were doing in my network marketing business, when we were doing our follow-up system and our new reach outs, we were doing 5, 15 post. Do y'all remember this? Those of you that were on my team when we were doing this strategy, 5 new reach outs, 15 follow-ups, post and post. So 2 different social media posts in our group and in our profile. When we were doing this, I used to tell myself, there's no way I could do 15 follow-ups. It's going to take me like 5 hours. I won't have time for the reach outs. I won't have time for the parties. I sat on the toilet one time and I timed it. I got 15 follow-ups done in less than 5 minutes. I was like, ooh, okay. Because it wasn't everything I made it to be. It was block it, have a purpose, have a strategy, get it done. Can y'all do that? All right, last topic I want to talk about within this, or last thing I want to talk about within this topic is you guys have to eliminate the excuses. You have to turn everything that you said is your reason not to do something into your reason to do something, because guess what? Nothing is a problem without a solution. This is super important. I've had a lot of life conversations, a lot of business conversations, a lot of family conversations, and you can look at one scenario and see one thing, and someone else can look at the scenario and see something different. It's a choice. Are you going to let whatever your excuse is be an excuse and be the stopper? Or are you going to turn it and say, this is going to be my reason. I'm going to look at the good in this. I'm going to use this as fuel. Let me give you one last example. I was on a call with a potential program student, and we were talking about the decision to invest in your business and how big of a decision that is. And do you know what? I remember how hard it was the first time I was making those decisions. And instead of literally, okay, let me be honest with you. When I was a single mom living down the road 10 years ago at the Yellow House, okay, 10 years ago, 2010 to 11. Yeah. Before I went to the next level in my business, when I was kind of stuck, I was right? I had a neighbor who drove up into past my driveway, and he said to me, hey, I don't see that Mercedes in your driveway. When are you going to get that Mercedes? And I was like, you really? I am struggling right now. I am trying. And I was driving up to the bank drive-through with I would get those credit things in the mail. It's like 0% credit offer. And I would write the check to pay off another credit card. And I'd wait for that credit card to send me one to pay off that. And I would be going back and forth. Okay. I felt incredibly stuck. I looked at all the wrongs that felt like they had been done to me. And I used it as an excuse to stay not making enough money in my business, and used it as a reason to just stay stuck. And when Dave drove up to my driveway, then I was ticked off. And I was like, these things can no longer be excuses. They have to be my reasons. Because one day, instead of struggling to be the person at the drive-through, hoping that this check goes through and pays one credit card to the next, I'm going to freaking cry today. I'm going to get to be the person to give a check. And that was in 2011. And I don't know, 6 years later, I get to write a check. I get to write a check that wasn't to pay one credit card off to pay the other. It was to bless a church and a family. And that was what I wanted to be able to do. So right now, you guys, excuses become reasons. Right now, this is the beginning of the year. We're having fun in the school, but we're starting the year off crying. And now okay, I don't even know if anybody's still here. All right. So I don't want to dig in any further. You guys need a strategy. You need the support. Okay. Action Takers, I will be live with you tomorrow. If you are not yet in the Action Takers Elite Club, we're extending our promotion before the pricing increases through Friday. If you are in Impact Makers, you already get Action Takers for free. Don't worry, okay? If you do not have a higher level of support with us, please type Action Takers in the comments below. We will get that info over to you. I will be live with you guys tomorrow at 2 o'clock, or not 2 o'clock, 12 o'clock Central. Inside Action Takers, we're going to dig more into strategy. Okay. We are going to extend that current offer until Friday. I invite you guys in there. It's a new club that we started so that we can move a little bit more forward with those of you who aren't ready for the full program. Program students do get access because we train every Tuesday. I give you an action step. You do your homework, and we hold each other accountable. All right. As we wrap out today, I'm going to look at comments and chat with you in the comments for just a couple minutes here, but welcome to the new Be Social TV. It will look more beautiful if StreamYard works with me next week. I'm going to edit some of this out. Thank you guys so much. It's been a huge year in 2021. 2022, we're only really just beginning, right? And we're going to be doing it together. Please get registered for the social sales workshop. It does start January 17th. I'm really thrilled to open this to the public. We've done it small form for you guys twice, okay? And so it is coming back January 17th. Please tell your friends, invite your friends, an elite club. You will get it for free. All right, let me jump over to the comments. Karen Lively says, excuses become your reasons. Tracy Parson wants that Action Takers info. Janine, Action Takers. All right, Wendy says she's ready. You guys, thank you for joining me today. I apologize for the excitement in the beginning. I don't have answers for technology. I only have answers for how I can use my excuse to throw the computer through the wall as a reason to still show up, because we need each other, right? And so here we are Zooming together today. All right, anybody else have any comments? I want to shout y'all out. Let me scroll through, and I will see you next Monday inside of the Social Sales School, Tuesday inside of Action Takers and Impact Makers. And thank you so much for choosing us as part of the people who get to move you forward in your business. Get registered for Social Sales Workshop. Layla, I don't know if you're behind the scenes and we have a link yet, but if you guys want in the workshop, just type Social Sales Workshop. Social Sales Workshop, January 17th. Info is coming. Type that out. We will get you the link. All right. All right, you guys have a fantastic Monday. It's my last day of Christmas break with the kids. So I don't know what we're going to do. I told them they could come home at 11 and we're going to go hang. All right. Have a great day. Bye for now.